Maddie, this tree is over 30 years old, and the man that lives here says that he planted it when he first moved in, and the intersection is completely flooded. If you follow me a little bit further this way, DelDOT says that someone actually ran into this pedestrian pole, trying to remind people that things will one day get better, and this family's journey is bringing more and more people together. And there was a top section up there. It looked like it was mainly plywood, and it flew right off over here. Matt, if you could show them over there by the roofing and contractor's truck. The city also put in these asphalt ramps in the spots that are blocked off by the barriers where people will be walking starting on Monday. One person was found dead inside a trailer after a fire in Bowers Beach last night. Above the scene, you can see about a row of a dozen trailers. The church says the state does plan to have a testing event here every Thursday for the foreseeable future. Responders say that once they're done with each call, they're going to dispose of the equipment and grab a new one with each new call that they get. And he told me there's a patch right over there next to the utility vehicles that was on fire for, he said, about 20 minutes. And even tomorrow, the Ross Mansion in Seaford is going to be looking for help to clean up tree limbs around their historic property. When you're on the roads or if you're walking around, a lot of debris flying around, so you do not want to get hurt. About what they think some of the problems are. Orsted did release a simulation that looks something very similar to this view. And one person who was at the rally was the owner of Zelke's. He says that even when the Phase 1 measures do take effect, it still won't be enough for his business to pay the bills. Maddie, this tree is over 30 years old, and the man that lives here says that he planted it when he first moved in. He said he was sad to see it fall and was glad that no one was hurt here, but unfortunately a few blocks away, that was not the same case.
You know how old people always have a oak tree in front of their house? That's me, but that tree was special.
Benfield says he heard the storm rip through around 9 a.m., only to look outside and see the disaster it left.
Yeah, everything shook for a brief moment, you know, as this came through. Probably not more than 30 seconds.
He says he will spend the day cutting everything apart. All throughout the day, crews were out cleaning up. In this front yard, a whole row of trees fell over. The family said they were asleep at the time, but the noise woke them up. As cleanup continues, so does state police's investigation into a death on North Shore Drive. While troopers say the victim was struck with a branch, an autopsy is being conducted to determine the exact cause of death. Branches and other tree parts covered entire front yards like this one well into Wednesday afternoon. Sussex County officials did not want to downplay the situation in Sussex County, but they did mention that in Kent and Newcastle County, they might have been hit a little bit harder.
There were potential tornadoes touched down all around us. So I think at the end of the day, we were very lucky, very fortunate, and hopefully we can just clean up and move forward.
Delmarva Power says there are 800 crews in an effort to clean up, serving over 15,000 people still without power. Benfield says his house was not damaged, but that other things are more important than the home.
All in all, got to be thankful for what you have, and no loss of life here, and that's really important.
Cleanup efforts are still going on at this hour, and even tomorrow the Ross Mansion in Seaford is going to be looking for help to clean up tree limbs around their historic property.
You know, they're going to give up parking spots and that type of revenue, and it allows us to pick up some revenue on the sidewalk by putting our tables out there. So I'm very appreciative for what they've done.
8 additional tables for Blackwall Hitch to use outside starting on Monday, a process many businesses went through for added space, leading the city to put up these barriers for businesses to use the sidewalk and people to walk where the parking spaces are. The barriers are to provide safety being so close to the road.
It sounds a little cliche, but I say this all the time. When you're coming down to the beach, it's time to slow down, to relax, and it's going to be even more important now. So you look at the signage, look where you're walking at until we get used to the new norm.
The city also put in these asphalt ramps in the spots that are blocked off by the barriers where people will be walking starting on Monday so that those with disabilities can still get onto the sidewalk. When Phase 1 takes effect Monday, businesses can operate at 30% capacity. RB Convenience says it'll be a taste of normal.
To see people come back and give them a place to be and allow the rest of the restaurants and allow the stores and everybody around here to do some business, it's going to be great for the avenue.
He says it's also about making sure people feel comfortable inside and outside of the stores and restaurants.
We still get people who come in who are kind of nervous and they're like, geez, am I allowed in? It's like, yeah, you can come on in, but for us to be able to put something out front, we're going to do sweatshirts and t-shirts and that kind of stuff, and it'll bring people to us too, so we'll take advantage of it, absolutely.
Police say drivers should also be more cautious while driving around. Chief Banks says get used to people maybe not using the crosswalks and be alert at all times.
just one little word has so much meaning to different people. Having no income, not even unemployment, come in from the government, I was really upset one day and crying to my mom on the phone about what we were going to do. We're a family of 6, so it's, you know, a big family to support. So we started making them and asking for donations because we had the wood already. So then we started making them and selling them, which helped keep food on our table, quite honestly.
They figured things out. When I see all the signs, especially in my own community, it gives me a good feeling that people still have hope, they still have love, they still have kindness, and that's good things to hold on to.
The signs you can get in our shop: beach bags, towels, phone cases, artwork for your wall. We are now in 15 states, and that's all from people coming and picking them up from us. And then we're in Illinois, we're up in Maine.
Yeah, so we started following and seeing the hope signs, you know, getting put around the town here. So we thought bringing them into the Maryland side, into Salisbury, would be a good idea because, you know, one word had such a strong meaning, especially for what everybody was going through.
So hope actually means a cherished desire.
You know, what is next? And nobody really has an answer for that. So really what you have to hold on to is hope. You know, hope that we'll find an answer, hope that we'll get through.
I think hope also reminds us about love and about kindness, and that's what we should all be doing.